Hello, hey all. We are starting a new Saturday meeting session. I'm very happy to be here with Bruno. Hey Bruno, how are you?
Hello, guys.
Fine. And Luis, hey Luis, how are
Hello,
you?
everyone.
Good today? Great. So let's get started with our morning session. And today, Rosendo uh, shared with us that he gonna be presenting a content for a bunch of students, right, Bruno?
Yeah, college students.
College students, and he gonna show them some fundamentals of Java and how you can get started with it. And that's amazing content. Every time, something that's very important. Many people that get into the market, I believe they really underestimate the fundamentals and just let it on the side, and then they have difficult times with real world projects, and that can save a lot of headache and stressful times. So I'm very excited to hear from you, Bruno. I will let the stage focusing on your camera, but yeah, we're gonna be here on the side. And if you do you have anything that you wanna share? You wanna share your screen or not?
No. I do have some notes.
Okay, cool,
When I'm gonna share some topics, I
perfect.
still don't have the whole presentation. And what I'm gonna do with you guys is to go into the topics, explain what I meant to be with the topic, some examples, and not go into full presentation, but
That's cool.
give the structure what I'm trying to pass as knowledge. So, just a second. So, to start the presentation, try to figure out who is already programming or not. Just raise your hand if you're already doing something or not. So, and after that, what I can do, because I can do a presentation about the market itself. I choose to do that because it's the reason I'm gonna talk about Java. So the reason why are you a student in college? Because you want a job. You want a job because you want money. So let me give you up front the market situation so you can understand. Then you decide if you want to continue listening to this presentation. So about the marketing of the city, I live in Brasilia, the capital of Brazil. So here we have a lots of government, governmental departments, and some banks. So most of the market in Brasilia is about high corporations with high volume of users. So that means, it's not that means, but reality is that Java is a very powerful tool used on that market. So in Brasilia, if you want to get a job as a developer, the higher probability is to get Java plus a front-end framework as, for example, Angular. Just usually the combo companies in Brazil ask for. So that's what. So after that information, then you can decide if you want to continue watching my presentation. But I assume you want, so let me show you something else. So because the presentation has the audience has students. So raise your hand if any of you ever saw a software. What is a software? Well, can you describe? And the answer is software is a text file. Period. Period. It's simple text file. That means you can write any kind of software just using Notepad from Windows. You do not have an ID, you do not have any fancy tools. Just you can write down software. But nobody does that because this is very hard. So that's why we have tools to help us to write this file. So this text file is different from a Word file because inside this text is a pure text file. If you read the bits and bytes, there's only letters, numbers, some punctuation. So that's the point. So knowing that, you can write a file with the exe extension and just rename for another language. For example, Java, or Python, or JavaScript, Ruby, or any other language. So that's the point. That's the very first clear software is a text, and you need to write this file. So now we can show you the Java ecosystem. What is Java? Java has a language program. That means that some place on the internet has a PDF file which describes what you can write inside this text file. This is the language. I can show you the link, I can show you the PDF, but you're not gonna read it because this is very technical and nobody does that. So we just know the file exists. Outside of that, after you write this file, something, someone, somewhere need to take this file and somehow transform in a program. So that is a tool you can read your file and turn in a program. So that's a set of tools. A and with that you can transform your. That's the second part. This is the JVM itself. That's the name of the tool. It has everything you need to transform your file in a program. But nobody that by hand because let me explain better. When you create a software, you do not create from scratch. It's pretty much like a Lego story. You take what exists and add what you need to do. So this already existing code is the libraries. So the Java itself has its libraries, GRE. So JVM plus the libraries is JRE. So J Java Runtime Environment. That's what people run in the machine. But you as a developer, you also download extra dependencies. So that's what you have. So all this is the Java tool set. So the JDK, the Java tools plus the environment plus the libraries. Then you have the Java. But people realize that that's not enough. It's not enough Lego. You need more pre-built stuff. You can optimize your job, your steps, uh, your your day-to-day work. So that's why now you have frameworks. You can speed up faster the development. So now you can speed up a Java web application in minutes with Spring or Quarkus as an example. And um, as soon as you have this, then you need to deploy. So that's not necessarily Java anymore. It's more about infrastructure. So where you need to run is on a premise, it's on a cloud, it's somewhere need to be have a machine turned on who has Java installed, who can capability of running the program. And yeah, pretty much that's it what I have. I speed up very fast some topics. For example, I also intend to talk about the terminal, the black screen in the beginning when you try to create a program because
Mm.
I speed up my speak here, but in the beginning, what I want to do is also show up, for example, how to interact with Java.
Mhm.
So not every single program has an icon on the menu bar. You cannot search. So some way you need to interact with this program. So how you do that as a software engineer? This is the terminal, the black screen. Is the place which magic happens. Some hacker decides some write down some text and something magical happens on the cinema, as we can see it. So that's one of the points I want to point out also. And that's it.
Cool.
Very straightforward, but that's
Oh, I think
pretty much
there's a
related
lot
to
of
it.
content actually, for especially for students, if they see this whole life cycle probably. they're gonna be, well, how many things I have to learn and understand before starting to program. Uh, but if you let me give
Yeah,
some
sure.
feedback, yeah, some tips. I think uh, it's it's a great content, but it's interesting to actually try to think about what is the benefit that you want to give, you want to uh, uh, um, talk with your audience. They are students. By seeing all of that, what kind of how do you want to help them? Actually, do you want to help them understand all of these? Do you want to help them be more engaged with Java community, Java environment? What is the exact goal of your talk for the audience? Why your audience, would like to know about all of these content?
Uh, to me, what I want is the people have a job. That's I think that's what I want in that's what I wish people for. So if you're a
They,
student,
Mhm. Let me just
so
phrase my question probably. What do you think your audience are looking after? I think that's more correct way to put it. Yeah.
what they're thinking, I don't really know. Well, I try to look for myself.
Hmm.
When I was a student, was what I'm looking for because I do not came from a happy family. I was always thinking about money. So how
Hmm.
do I get money? So in this particular mindset, how do I get a job? This thing you are talking can give me a job. How long to take me to get a job in this particular field? If there's any requirements, what I can do, can I speed up? So that's what I feel. But today's, I don't know. I, I, I don't know. So
Oh, yeah, and that's a great start point, because if you don't know, you have to ask them. If you can ask them earlier before you give the presentation. You can do some kind of research, and or ask someone else that is close to them. Uh,
okay.
but you have to know, because this is what you should use as a driver for your whole presentation, right? If you, I usually, I was put into presentations where I wasn't sure about the audience background. So during the presentation, before starting the presentation, actually, I usually ask, what is your biggest challenge, or fear, or frustration, or what is your biggest dreams? Uh, why are you here studying computer science? What are you looking after? So you can ask it at the very beginning. So you can use it as a starting point to start your talk, and then your job is to connect what you have to show with what they are after, what they are looking after. So if they
Oh
if
yeah.
if they answer, "Oh, I want to earn money." Okay, so to earn money, you are here in Brasilia. If you are still want to work in Brasilia, there's a plenty of opportunities here, because most of the public or state software are built on top of Java stack, and there's a lot of things that you can do here. Even outside, if you want to work internationally, there's also great opportunities there. So the most important is to understand what is your audience goals.
Yeah, yeah, got it. Makes sense. I yeah, I didn't realize that I was biased what I want to say because I'm trying to say to myself, but that's not how it works. I need to understand what they want. And
Exactly.
thank you
But
very much. Yeah,
yeah, and it's totally common. We all do this mistake, right? I myself, Luis also. We lots of every time we do presentation, always think about ourselves, and then, oh, okay, but what the audience would like to hear about, what they are looking after. And we're gonna have to do this exercise, the same exercise in our presentation. We're gonna be doing a presentation together on this.
Easy.
So same thing. It's always it's the process, okay? So don't worry, and that's great, man. That's great that you already have the content, but now you have to think about, to figure out what your audience are looking after. That is
Yeah,
the principle of having a great talk, because whatever the content, if you bring any value for the audience, that's a great talk.
got it.
Can I
Yeah,
say something?
Go
yeah.
ahead.
I think you are in the right way. So, as Hugo said, and if you learn that what the people want is to have their first job as a developer, you can put this right in the beginning of your presentation. Like, hey, I know you want to get your first job as a developer, and I'm here to show you why you should pursue your first job as a Java developer. And you say about the market there in Brasilia, that Java is good, and stuff like that. And I really liked one thing that you said about the terminal and hacker stuff. When you do this kind of analogy, people usually likes the presentation. Like one time I was presenting about content-based image retrieval. That is something people in the college was not aware about, not something that they were studying. But then I did some analogies with CSI,
Yeah.
and the images of like car plates and how they could uh
Zoom in
yeah examine and stuff like that.
infinitely.
And then
In his
people started
image.
to think that that subject was great. So you can do these analogies.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
And
If you have their environment, things that they know, it's a great way to make analogies so they can connect much easier.
yeah, and last but not least, just a tip. Don't say like now you can decide if you want to continue watching, but instead say something like, "Now I'm sure you want to know what you want to know about this," or "Now I'm
Mhm.
sure you want to watch this presentation," something like that.
So, if I get this right, if I understand right, um, now you know you want to watch, then let's continue. Something like that.
Yes, you present data about uh, the Java development market in Brasilia, and then you say, "Now I'm sure, I'm pretty sure you want to know more about this," and then you start the presentation.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
continue the presentation.
Or if you want to give some shortcuts, probably if you understand what they are looking after, you can put in this way. Uh, so if you want to earn money, if you want to earn money, you probably would like to. I definitely would keep here with the this presentation, something like that,
Yes, perfect.
because you connected with what they are most concerned about, what they are most what with their biggest dream, for example, what they are most willing to to achieve in their life. So yeah, that's a very strong way to actually connect with them. Any content, if you can connect with their dreams, if you can connect with their goals, their issues, their problems, you can you'll be very they will be very interested on.
there is some topic I want to. There is something I want to demonstrate in the presentation, but I think it is too much information at some time. I, my struggle is to know if it is worth because of okay, let people breathe, absorb the content, or this is a little action
But
too much. So, but the idea is simple. I can have a split on my screen, do just a live demo. Probably not a live demo, just a simple recording. But I will give you this example. I started programming when I was 17, and my first Java web application was 2008, probably. So at the time, what we have Java 6, Tomcat. That's what we have. So what I'm gonna, my idea is to do a, okay, guys, I want to show you something, so to you make sure that if you choose to learn about Java, your effort is not in vain. And I will show you this because whatever you learn from Java, you can take this knowledge and apply in another language, on another framework. And I will show you a live demo about that. I will show you something I learned when I was 17, when I was 2008, doing my first ever Java web application, and I will do on split screen Java and Python. And I'm gonna show step by step doing the same thing in the two different languages, and the same, I will have the same result. I'm talking about something I learned almost 15 years ago, and it is still valid to this day. So do not be afraid to learn Java because you can uh, use this knowledge for other things. So that's simple. Just set up a Java web application, take a Tomcat inside, run it. Pretty much. On the other side, I have Python, something like Flask framework. Just install the Flask, create a single endpoint, and run it. The difference is that if I do in Java, I need to download Tomcat because Tomcat is an external. But I do not need to download a runtime environment for Flask because it is itself. And okay, so this is an advantage for Java because I need to download something extra. However, when you run Flask, there is a on the console you can see the following line: not ready for production. Then you need to encapsulate everything inside a wrapper to be ready to production. But Java does not have this line of command. So although I need to download something extra, it is already it's done. So in Python, it is easy at the beginning, but I also need to download something extra and run it. So in the end, I can say, oh, this is a little different. That is one line of difference. But in the end, I also need to download from Python, Java ecosystem. In the end, I just run both. Okay, that's your endpoint. Okay, my idea of doing this very quick demo, but I think it is at this point or the end of the presentation too much. I know it's a great value because I can show you on live the power of Java or the knowledge about Java. But yeah,
I if you let me, I think it's the same. It's the same. It will fall in the same thing. What is the what are your audience looking after, and how it will actually help them with with getting closer to that. Okay, so I think if it is a example that actually you can connect with the goals and dreams or uh, issues they have with their concerns or dreams, I think that's always great because one thing that is very important, audience, they have very depending on the audience, do you have a very a limited amount of output that you can grab from them. Students, especially younger people, especially, it's difficult to actually bring any kind of content that they will actually use in the end. So the best outcome that you can have, it's a, or they will remember that was fun and it was a it's the emotion they get on the about the presentation more than the content itself, because it's they are young. They are young. So and live demos and anything that you showcase, usually you have this emotion, you deliver more these emotional outcomes. But of course it will have to be something that they can actually, oh yeah, that makes sense, that I can use, that was fun, that was something. So that's I think it's very important, because of the time and effort that we're gonna be investing for the content and so on. Because most of the time for students, they don't get so much, they don't remember about the content at all in the end.
I can add about that because uh, maybe if your goal is to say that Java is better than Python, you fail probably.
No, no,
But
no.
maybe you can show that the language is only a tool, and if they like Python because it's popular right now, they can do uh, the same stuff in Java, and they will have the market goals that you presented before. So you can maybe not focus on the live demo. You can record your screen and do the demo before and show them in last time. And you show the Python stuff and the Java stuff, and you say, hey, you can see here that both are alike, and the language is only a tool. And Java has a lot of advantages in the market, like I said before. So you can, if you want, you can pursue a career in Java, not only in Python, something like that.
Yeah, sure. So that's my struggle on this part. Is I understand it has a value. It can show that even if you're not ready for Java, you can start in another language, come to Java, start in Java, go to another language. That's my point, to show you that the most important value is your knowledge. Of course, Java is a tool. If you know how to use that tool, you can expand this knowledge for other tools. That's about, yeah, my struggle is about the time. So it is worth it to show, but you probably a more about feeling. Okay, do I have time? Do I have captivate the audience? So they want more, then I can show.
Well, actually, you're gonna be. I will repeat it a lot, because it is actually what we are looking after in the end of any presentation. It is to connect with the audience and then bring something valuable for them. So that will be a successful presentation. So uh, captivating or making it engaging is working with what, understanding what they want. It's only that. If you find it and connect with your content, that's the way to captivate. You can use any other kind of tricks to make it look fun, but in the end, they will only you only grab their attention if you can bring something that they want, or deliver something that they want.
Yeah, sure.
So yeah, I think in I probably would be investing more time on trying to figure out uh, what they are looking after, and it's difficult. I hate bringing presentation for students because it's difficult to connect with them. Bruno always bring the story when I have to go to a lot of schools of young students, but the youngest class I got, it was the most difficult one for me. I couldn't even start the presentation. I didn't know. I was talking about architecture. I couldn't connect anything I can bring to them and connect with them. And then I just tossed the microphone. I, I gave the microphone to Bruno back because I didn't know nothing to say for them. And that's a great way actually to master presentation, because they are a very different audience of your day to day. So it is to exercise your capability of understanding their goals and connecting with your content. Okay, so
Okay.
look, and it's all amazing to be connected with students. I've been doing, uh, man, I think it's 30 presentations for students until I get comfortable and start to be okay. I'm not sure what I will be bringing here, but I already have some experience, so I can adapt myself. I can improvise.
Right, that's good.
But of course, probably Luis is a master for that, because he is doing it all every day, almost every day, right, Luis? For I don't know how many years you are doing it.
But I'm still learning. It's a constant learning. But as Bruno said about that experience that you said before, you can relate like things that they like
Yeah,
TikTok, YouTube, stuff like that.
that's the problem. I
Yeah.
don't know anything about it. I
Yeah.
don't use it. But
I'm
yeah,
really.
that thing is good. I don't know. You said that it's college, right, Bruno?
That's a
College
cause.
students, so it's a bit better because they are already probably they are on the computer science or computer engineering fields, or not.
Yeah. Just now I realized my microphone was wrong. You may see this, but it's not
Not
working.
working.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, it's on
Oh,
using another one.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's great. Yeah.
this. But yeah, thank you, gentlemen.
Okay, but we got. I actually was recording since the beginning, and I just forgot to talk with whoever watching us later.
Yeah,
But that's great. I think we could explore lots of topics, of things, that tips that we do ourselves to prepare ourselves for presentations. And it's the main thing for me, and what changes all the time, and all the time I have to review the presentation because of that. It's when I start to create some content, I do focus too much on the content, and then I start to think, okay, but what the audience are looking after, and then it starts to get some sense, start to make some sense. And then you start to create a content that actually could be engaging and captivate the audience. But I don't know. I just talk a lot here. How about you, Bruno? How do you feel with the tips? It does make sense for you. It is. What are you planning for next
Y-
steps?
yeah. So I probably need to format my presentation at full so I can understand properly. Just also to have a idea how long it take to present, or just some cuts, some extend some parts, and also what you said, and also Louis said, the I need to understand what the audience want. So it may seems it sounds logical. It sounds logical, but we forget. We
It's not
forget.
natural, right?
It's not. It's not. It's not. So when you guys remember me, oh, what's the goal of your audience? What they want? Then I realize, oh, I didn't make this question to myself, and I have this thing on my mind, which I find wonderful, and I want to share because I do find wonderful. But people want what I want to share? Maybe not. Then the
Mhm.
reality is that they want a solution for a problem, or just entertainment, depending on the day, the mood. But I need to understand that if someone does not look at me, it's not because they despise me or not. It's just that my content is not from them right now. Maybe in the future. but not now. Yeah.
Cool, cool. It just remind me about Bruno's mantra. I don't know if
No,
you Bruno already mentioned it to you, the mantra. Do you
yep.
remember what is the mantra?
No cares about you.
Exactly.
No care, no care.
That's harsh, but yeah, that's true, man. In the end,
Yeah,
if we want to have some attention, it's to bring in something that they are looking after. Luis, let me just let Luis talk a little bit because I'm getting too much spotlight here. Go ahead, Luis. What?
Yeah,
How about you, man?
I think I said everything I wanted to say. Just adding the no K, so no one cares about you, but people cares about what you can do to help them to achieve what they want. So you can
Exactly.
focus on that.
Whoa. Yeah, that's important to add. Great. So I think it was a great session today. I hope, Bruno, that we instead of letting you down, it can encourage you to be
yeah, yeah, sure.
to do to do more and improve the presentation. Of course, we do hope to help with that. We do hope to be helpful for you, and we can continue with the discussion on the backstages. But I just want to finish the recording and move forward with the discussion. So
Okay.
thanks everyone. Thanks Luis. Thanks Bruno. See you next time.
Thank you, guys. Little music.